Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special Secrets of Strixhaven Draft. Today, we are joined by a master drafter. He is a host of the Lords of Limited podcast. He's a fantastic Twitch streamer. His name is LordTupperware. You know him and love him, and he's back on the channel to help me win some games. Welcome back, Ethan.
Well, I'll take everything except I'm here to help you win some games. I don't know if that's true. I'm not agreeing to any of that, but we'll see.
You're right. He's going to be here for the draft portion. So as I like to say, if we win the games, it's because he helped us draft a sweet deck. And if we lose a game, it's clearly pilot error. But welcome back. What do you think of Secrets of Strixhaven so far?
You know, I was a little, I don't know. My initial impressions during early access, I was losing a lot. I wasn't loving it. I kept drafting white decks. I wasn't having a lot of fun. And then I just got to draft like Prismari on day one. And that was a real sweet spot for me. And since then, and we're recording this very early on, we're just a few days into the format right now, and multicolor good stuff is where it's at. I don't know about you, but I have been seeing a lot of like 4 and 5 color mana bases on the other side of the battlefield. People are trying to go big, have the games go long. Like I know Lorehold's sort of like the talk of the town in terms of if you look at top commons on 17 lands. But for me, for my money right now, like I don't see colleges. I am trying to just put as many good cards in my deck as possible.
I don't see colleges as one of the best possible phrases to describe this format. It also would be kind of like, it's almost like the Ethan special. So like you love drafting multicolored decks because you're really good at it through like any format, even when it's unsupported. So when it's got cards like, I don't know if you've seen the green uncommon, the Snarl card.
Snarl Song, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Snarl Song. The first time someone cast that against me for X equals 4, I was like, oh, I think I understand. And it really, it actually, yeah.
Sundering Archaic, which is the Epitaph Golem variant of the format. This is a 6 mana 3/3 with Converge. When it comes into play, you can exile something with mana value equal to the different colors of mana you've spent on this card. Like, and then it has the Epitaph Golem, pay 2 mana to tuck something from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. But like, it's the best Epitaph Golem we've ever seen. It's actually good. It's like a Flame Tongue Kavu, and then it's synergistic. Like, and it's a 5-color payoff. Like, what could be better?
That's gotta be the card, because you like Epitaph Golem when it's a 5-minute 3/5 that puts cards on the bottom. Yeah. So like a Flame Tongue Kavu variant that actually is good. Gotta stop you from drafting it. Like you're gonna be like playing white black beatdown and then just see one and you're like, okay, well I can probably make this work. That's probably like the defining Ethan phrase. I can make this work.
So but that's not to say that I don't, like I said, I don't see colleges. It's not to say that like if Silver Quill is clearly open, like there's a lot of value to being the only drafter of a college at the table, and you want to be there too, but you really don't want to be fighting over a college with someone. And that's where the Converge deck really, I think, shines, is when like the Converge cards are open but no one else is doing that thing, and that deck is really real.
Yeah, I also feel like when you're in the college setup, sometimes you can end up with like a middle range deck that doesn't go fast enough to beat the late game decks, and doesn't go like can also still lose to the hyper synergistic college deck like the Silver Quill deck, and you end up in a like kind of bad spot. So I feel like that's where I've struggled with black green in particular, where it's like, okay, if I'm playing black green, I kind of want to splash. If I'm playing blue green, I kind of want to splash to get that extra power level, because I'm gonna go to the late game, and if I just don't have the late game cards, I'm just gonna lose to the decks that go bigger.
There's another thing that happens, and when you're in that open college seat, which is that if you're the only one drafting a certain college, you're gonna have 35 playables for your deck, and it's gonna be really hard to make cuts. And so what starts to happen is I bump up fixing in my pick order like pretty massively, because I'm like, well, this Silver Quill common is gonna wheel for me, so I don't need to take it here. I could take a land, and all of a sudden, if you start taking lands pretty aggressively, even if you are the only Witherbloom drafter at the table, you open up the pretty easy possibility to splash, double splash some stuff because your mana is so good, because you were able to take fixing, because you were the only Silver Quill drafter at the table,
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You mentioned Lorehold being like the early boogeyman. I haven't faced it / played with it a ton. Have you gotten experience with that deck? Like, is that something that like is just play Lorehold, or is there something special to it?
I really only saw, I don't know if you peeped the 17 lands data, but currently the top performing common in the set is Pursue the Past, which is the like red white tormenting voice that gains you 2 life with flashback, which like if
Okay.
you had asked me before the format came out if that card was remotely playable, I would have told you no. And I have yet to cast it, so I'm not quite, I have not had a ton of experience with Lorehold since the set came out, but I have faced one in particular very, very good version of it. And that was when I was like, oh, I see. You're just like, you have all these redundant leave the graveyard pieces, and it really popped off. But I think largely my takes that I had on the podcast, last week still stand, and I've maybe even doubled down on some of them, which is that I I really don't want to be like working hard for synergies in the format. And when your Lorehold deck is at its best, it's when you're just playing like your stuff leaving the graveyard is because you're doing good things that leave the graveyard, like flashback or whatever, and not doing trinkety things. The more trinket, and I think that's where Witherbloom is falling short, is people are really thinking about it as like, I gotta get my life gain things that care about life gain and my life gain enablers. And it's like, no, I think you just want to play good cards in Witherbloom. And
Yeah.
maybe there aren't that many of them, but like you just want to play the good cards. And if the synergies come, so be it. But you don't want to be putting together things that like you have to draw in the right order, because that's when you're going to fall short.
Yeah. The thing about the looting, the Ravager card, I think I played it like once or twice, maybe, when in like early access, and it was just like, oh, this is just something to do with my mana. I feel like that's one of those cards as well, where if you start taking it as if it's like the best card for your deck, then it can be misleading. Where it's like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
I'm first picking this card. You're like, that's not really a card you first pick, and I think that's where people
No.
can get like misled by data to some degree, where if they see, oh, this card's really high in the win percentage column, it could just be because red white is a good deck and nobody ever plays that card except in a red white deck. And so there aren't those like, oh, this card's really good for a blue green deck, but not really good for a blue red deck. And so it's like a hit because sometimes people play it in the deck it's not meant to be in. These multicolored cards can sometimes just be, oh, this is so good in the deck that it's good in. That and it only ever gets played there, and the people aren't mistakenly playing it to like tank its win rate, and so that can be a factor
Right.
as well with these cards. So as we
There's sort of
dive,
a. Oh, no, go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say, keep going. I'm just gonna start the queue up so that as the table fills.
I just think there's like a reverse thing that happens with the 17 lands data, in terms of, I always feel like colorless cards have intrinsically worse data because people will put them in decks where they don't belong because they're colorless. And I think
Mm-hmm.
the reverse can happen, is that you get sort of a data bloat around gold cards that are certainly gold cards that are in the best deck, air quotes. Like if Lorehold is the best deck, I don't think it is. I think it's Prismari. But if Lorehold is the best deck, then yeah, you're going to see a bunch of Lorehold cards at the top of the game in hand win rate rankings. But that's only because people are putting them in decks when Lorehold is open, and then you get good Lorehold decks, not the reverse of
Exactly.
like, you can't force stuff in this format.
Yeah, that's exciting to say that here that you think Prismari is the best deck, because I've played it a couple times, but I've been on like Team Silverquill with like the deck that I've really liked playing, because there's just like I've kind of crushed some people with it early games, and I've just been like, wow, this is just unfair. I've just got like a 5/5 on turn 3. What are you gonna do? So
Well,
hopefully we'll get to draft Prismari then and see what's up.
yeah, one of us will hopefully be able to learn from the other, if it's Prismari or Silverquill, because I've struggled with the Silverquill life so
Yeah,
far.
one of us will hopefully be able to learn from the other. That's like the credo of having a guest on. It's like hopefully somebody benefits.
Yeah,
and
hopefully
the, and
someone
the,
benefits, and we don't both
yeah,
come away worse for the wear. Yeah.
the viewers will benefit for sure. I feel like, man, normally I'm the last one to hit the ready in the queue, so waiting for someone else is always interesting. But yeah, I think the viewers are already getting tons of insights. I mean, listening to your podcast is always super insightful because you talk with Ben about all these things, but it's like a different thing to talk with you, the source, directly, versus just listening
Yeah.
and being like, oh, I see. So
Well, you're getting my. Last night, after playing a bunch, I sat down, opened a Google Doc, sort of like dumped all my thoughts about week one
fantastic. You
into a
you came
spreadsheet. So
prepared. Perfect stuff.
yeah.
Okay, so we've opened our pack. Our rare is this multicolored fixer. And we've got primary research maybe. For Lorehold, there's not Lord Prismar, there's Elemental Mascot. What do you like here?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you that like I'm basically hoping in the first 8 picks to not pick a common. There's like a couple commons that I would pick, but I'm basically not going to be looking at commons for pack one,
Okay.
if at all possible. So the three
Okay.
cards I'm looking at are Burst Lightning, Primary Research, and Divergent Equation.
Okay.
Divergent Equation is extremely good as like a top end finisher, like getting back 3 spells at instant speed with Equation and a Prismari deck, or just a big control deck, is very good.
Yeah.
I feel like I just want to take Burst Lightning. It's very good, cheap interaction, leads us to either Lorehold or Prismari, or you can splash it somewhere else. Like, I think Burst Lightning is just the like responsible pick here.
Yeah, I feel like this one's really strong. Divergent Equation is that classic late game card that you only really want in a late game deck. So sometimes, do your blue red decks sometimes play out as like tempo aggro decks, or are they always like late game decks? Because
I haven't drafted a tempo aggro version of Prismari, though I believe it exists, but I have just often been in the camp of like the red removal, like Burst Lightning, like I think we're gonna take Impractical Joke here, though I do see you, Snarl Song. But like the red removal has really allowed me to skew my blue red decks to be controlling because I just have so much interaction.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think interaction is one of those things that plays really well in control decks, because in the early turns you can kill their cheap creatures to stabilize, and in the late game you can kill the like precision strike their flyer and stuff like that, which is really helpful. Yeah, Snarl Song would be my second pick out of this pack after the Impractical Joke, but going red card is just a really strong start.
Yeah, though I will say I am not like, I'm usually like, yeah, let's get deep into a color. I don't really care about that in this format, just because I think signals become pretty clear that like you can get yourself in a bad spot where you're like, ooh, I took red card into red card, I'm getting deep into red, and then it's like, yeah, but then you saw whatever Killian's
blue,
Confidence
green,
pick 5,
blue, yeah,
oh yeah, or something else, and you're like, and now all those red cards don't matter. So like,
yeah, it makes sense. This is an interesting spot here because it's that exact question. Like, we could take Tone Blast and just go red card, or we could take Vibrant Outburst, which is probably a better card, but it's less flexible. Or that we could take like Group Project, which is like similar, like maybe a little better than Tone Blast, but less flexible.
Yeah, Tone Blast is one of the like 2 commons that I would take in the first pack. But I think I want to take Vibrant Outburst.
Yeah,
personally, like I think Vibrant Outburst is pretty incredible, and I would like to be blue red if possible. I don't feel like I'm missing out on a ton by not taking Tone Blast here.
Tone Blast, I feel like, is like one of those cards that the first copy is way better than the second copy and third copy. I feel like I could be wrong on it, but I feel like sometimes you can have a spot where they have like a couple of really good 2 toughness creatures to kill, but they don't have like 5 or 6 really good 2 toughness creatures to kill. So like having one is really good. Here there's a Scrollsmith, which I love.
Yeah, I do too. Now I'm feeling like just slightly bad about not taking.
Well, the thing is like
there.
Yeah, I tend to like. I think one of the ways I like to think about it is if you can take a card that has a chance of being one of the best cards in your deck, which Vibrant Outburst, if you kill something and tap something in a control deck, that's like deal 3, gain 5 life sometimes, can be one of the best cards. And so I think like it's not like the end of the world to take these sorts of cards.
For sure. Well, and the other thing, I mean, Tone Blast does this too, but something that I found in my Prismari decks, even the control decks, like I posted one in the Discord that was a trophy deck, and someone was like, how does this deck win? And I was like, look at how many spells in this deck go face. Like, I just burn people out from like 10 sometimes, because you're like, okay, end of turn, Burst Lightning, then Vibrant Outburst, then Divergent Equation to pick back up my burn spells, rinse, repeat.
Yeah. The cool thing is also is this card is splashable in like a blue-red deck, because you can play this in the late game and like buy back your spell. And so like I feel like there's a lot of bleed in the archetypes where like, okay, you can sometimes play these cards in like homes that maybe you don't think about necessarily. I think this is a pretty nice Sky Coach angle if I was choosing. What do you like here?
Yeah.
Do you like taking a snooping page and being like, well, let's just go all like switch directions completely, or?
No. I mean, it's an interesting question. If Sky Coach isn't here, then yes, I would take Snooping Page, I think.
Yeah, that's why I figured.
But Sky Coach is excellent. And you were just talking about maybe we end up splashing a Scrollsmith, and Sky Coach helps you do that.
Yeah. Have you played Banishing Betrayal at all? The bounce spell?
No, I would hope to never cast that card, I think.
Okay.
Personally, I don't know. Am I missing out? Is that card good?
I haven't played it either. That's why I asked. I feel like there's some tokens running around. Okay, here there's Run Behind for our blue-red deck. There's Wilt in the Heat for our red-white deck. And then there's like random Wander Off. Paradox Gardens isn't really what we're doing. What do you like here?
Yeah, and there's a Teacher's Pest too, but I think I would just take Wilt.
Yeah, over the Run Behind. So you think we're more likely to be red-white splashing blue, or red-white's more open?
Or you could be blue-red splashing white too. Like I just think Wilt is a better card than Run Behind.
Okay,
like,
that makes sense.
That's all it is.
Wilt is one of the ones I haven't gotten that much experience with yet. So it's nice to get some reps in. Okay, now there's Rapturous Moment. Have you played this card?
I have, yeah. It's fine. There's like some storm stuff in the, like there's Empty the
Mm-hmm.
Warrens and Brain Freeze in the bonus sheet, and I have played those cards.
What do you like
So
taking
Rupture
here?
is, I don't hate just taking Scolding Administrator as a maybe. Like that's a like we just saw the Snoop.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
I don't think this is likely to happen, but this is the kind of thing where like I don't want to just take a middling blue card. I don't really like Rapturous Moment. And
Mm-hmm.
like now that
Number
there it
one
is, there's
common.
Pursue the Past. I mean, I'm not gonna take that here. I don't think. Like I think I would take Dissection Practice or Wander Off.
Okay. You want to
Like
get back and you want to get into black. You think that's more
I'm
open?
just curious. I'm curious. I'm
Mm-hmm.
Silver Quill curious a bit right now. I don't know.
That makes
Maybe I'm
sense.
supposed to take. Maybe you're supposed to take Pursue the Past here, and that's like and move into Lorehold. I don't know. I don't feel strongly,
Yeah, I'm
but
down to take dissection practice, see where it goes. I feel like
we're just like
we're gonna make playables. It's
we're
gonna be fun.
that's the thing is like we know we're gonna make playables. It shouldn't be a problem. I guess
Heated.
Elemental Mascot here. I
Yeah,
do
we
not
could.
think Send in the Pest is a card.
Oh, you don't like this one?
I mean, basically, you have to be Witherbloom because you have to care
Yeah, that
about
makes
the
sense.
life gain.
Yeah,
So I'm not taking it as a hedge towards our Silver Quill life.
it's funny because send in the pests is like a ooh. There's another white card, or we could take a
Yeah,
Muse encouragement.
I'd take the Acolyte. I think we
Yeah,
just take the
fits
good
either
two.
one. The funny thing is with what was the card? The pest thing. It's basically like the burglar rat, but with lifelink,
I know.
which is
Yeah,
funny because
it's
in some sets
it's
that'd be
Virus
great.
Beetle, but it's a spell. Yeah, it's a spell, so maybe it's good, but you
Oh
just
my
don't actually
gosh.
want it. All right. Okay. All right.
I feel like Silver
So
Quill might actually be an angle we end up in. Like we're seeing a lot of white and black cards.
right, I
Or
think
just red
yeah,
white.
we're probably between Lorehold or Silver Quill at this point.
Yeah. It is funny because we had that whole discussion about like, oh, this is the top common in the data or whatever. This card has been an underperformer for me. I thought it would be pretty solid, but I
I
guess
did
it's
too.
been like I think in the past this sort of card has been really good. These drain for twos with evasion. We saw it in lore when eclipsed, but always got to adjust.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why we keep coming back, right? That's what makes the game fun. Is that
Exactly. Exactly.
you think, oh, this will be good. You think, oh, Virus Beetle, that's great. It's like, no, that's actually terrible in this format.
Yeah.
Um,
Okie doke. So going into pack two, we've kind of got red white vibes. We got a little bit of black white vibes. I think blue red wasn't the most open, though we did wheel the mascot. Going into pack two, are you feeling pretty good about our positioning here?
I am. I'm not feeling good about our options out of this pack.
This pack is pretty bad. I mean, this card's pretty good if you can build around it, but we're not really set to do that.
We aren't, but I think it is what I would want to take here. Like the only other option is what Graduation Day, which I don't think is a card.
Yeah,
I guess
Pox Plague is not
you're
a
the
card.
Silver Quill guy, so maybe
I
Graduation
haven't
Day is
played
a card.
Graduation Day yet. If I was taking a Silver Quill card, I'd take Ink Mage. I think this is way better.
But like that's like you can't like just for viewers out there, you cannot pack one, pick one Imperious Ink Mage. You
Yeah, I
can't
wouldn't
do it.
I wouldn't pick that. Yeah, I'm saying for pack one, pick two, like this pack two, pick one.
Or
If we thought we were playing white black, if I was taking a white black card, I would take the Ink Mage
I
over the Shade
guess.
Lock, which I don't think
I
either is
guess,
great.
yeah.
Wow, we're just gonna get
Okay. All
the
right,
blue
Jadsy.
cards maybe.
Yeah,
So
I
do
think that's what I'd take. Jadsy's very good.
yeah, we even have the Sky Coach Waypoint to re-prepare it, which is
Sure.
not nothing. Like,
It's not nothing, but like I don't know. If you ever have time to cast Oracle's Gift, re-prepare Jadsy, and cast Gift again, like I don't
it
know
could
what your
happen
opponent's
this
doing.
draft, Ethan. Once
It
you
could.
leave,
It could.
I could slide the Sky Coach Waypoint
I
into the
guess
deck list after you leave.
that's true. I'm powerless
Do
once you
you
get to deck building.
do you want to take the Jadsy?
I do.
Yeah,
Because it's what? It's Jadsy versus Tone Blast versus Snooping Page.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think I
I
would
think
take
we're gonna get.
Jadsy.
I think we're gonna get a hookup here. Blue's is gonna flow. We're gonna play blue red like we always wanted. Brotherhood's End, interesting. Deal three
Brotherhood's
to
End is
everything.
real.
Yeah, there's
I
also
think
Unsubtle
Brotherhood's End is
Mockery,
good. Unsubtle Mockery and another practice
Scrollsmith.
Scrollsmith.
Yeah,
That's
and then we can
interesting.
wheel Poisoner's Trove.
Yeah, the Trove is very good.
Yeah, the Trove is way better than I thought it would
I
be. The life gain matters.
I am inclined to take Brotherhood's End, though. I guess you're best of three. You could side it out if it's not good. I feel like
Yeah.
Brotherhood's End. I haven't cast it myself. It has been cast against me multiple times and has been pretty devastating.
Yeah.
Um,
Destroy all artifacts
and
and
you
mana value 3 or less. You're building affinity over there.
no, I
Kill,
just
deal 3 to everything.
just be. And you've got a couple X4s. It's nice. You like Jadzy dodges it. Elemental Mascot dodges it.
Yeah. We're back in business here. Now there's a Sky Whale. There's a the more 4 toughness threats are honestly pretty good with the Brotherhood's End. Another Wilt in the Heat, Sleight of Hand maybe, but I think we're probably between these 3 cards, I would bet, and probably not the Sky Whale.
Well, I guess it's a question of, do we think we're blue-red splash white? Do we think we're red-white splash blue? We don't currently have fixing other than the Sky Coach.
Yeah. So which one
I'm
direction would you rather be blue red or red white in this spot, do you think?
I would rather be blue-red just because I like the deck more, but
so would you take Sky Whale here, or
I would take Skywell, yeah.
nice. Sky Whale's pretty messed up when you get that opus on it.
If you untap with it, it's pretty gnarly. Yes, now we get a divergent equation.
Oh, I was looking at a completely different card. That's part of the fun of draft. I was like, wow, Colossus of the Blood Ages in this pack? What a great card.
I mean, weird. Like, I think you could have done either thing, the seat, which is weird. Like, you could have been blue-red or red-white, but like getting Tidecaller and Jadzy this pack really makes me want to lean blue-red more.
I like that. Yeah, it's funny. We're probably not going to get as many blue-red cards pick 3, but Divergent Equation will do it. I mean, it's funny. Our red-white deck would have probably been pretty good too, but we're getting a lot of blue-red cards too. Ooh, there's Expanse. There's Aviator.
Yeah, I kind of want to take Expanse because I think you are going to a little white. Like, you probably want to play Scrollsmith and Wilt at this point.
Yeah, pick 6 Relic Sloth coming this direction when our red-white deck would have been probably insane, I've got to say.
Except
our blue-red deck's pretty good too.
I am curious because this is one of my issues with your red-white deck would have been good. You didn't we haven't seen anything that cares about leaving the graveyard.
Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point.
So like you get yourself, you're like, I got all these sloths, but like the power of sloth is when it's like triggering stuff.
You're right. We don't have a single payoff.
Not like a 4/4, but not that a 4/4 lifelink isn't good. It is, but like, I don't know.
Which one of these cards are we taking of these 3, do you think?
I don't think I care. I hope to not play any of them. I guess the blue one.
Okay.
That's what I want. Because I don't want to play a second heated argument. Dang. All right. Molten Note. Pretty good.
It's pretty good. I mean, our splash is going to be pretty decent, honestly. I mean, also, getting Tidecaller and Jadzy does kind of shake up the draft for sure. Like, if we hadn't seen those cards, the odds of us playing just straight up red-white would have been pretty much higher. Yes, but our deck is still pretty good. Yeah. We have some fixing. We can maybe do a deep splash, especially if we wheel the Poisoner's Trove.
Yeah, the Poisoner's Trove would be really nice. That's not a card, right?
Yeah, it's not very good. I think I'll take it, though.
Procrastinate you could play.
Yeah. I guess it triggers
you
Opus.
Could play, I mean, it triggers Opus, exactly. But like you're so flush with removal, you're probably not gonna end up running it. But like
Hydro Channeler,
nice. Channeler helps splash the white cards too.
Have you ever played this card?
I have, but I haven't done the thing. Micah's really good friends with the Sonar, which is the blue-red uncommon creature that makes treasures.
Yeah. Oh my god!
So like you can cast a thing. And then with the spell on the stack, make a treasure with Sonar and then sack it to Micah to copy.
Oh, that's sick. That is very cool. Take the frog here. Okay, so going into pack 3. Yeah. Oh my gosh, nice. Pick 12. I feel like we're in a weird spot where people maybe don't identify the same cards as being good as we do. But
I mean, it is like day 3 or whatever.
You're right. You're right. This is a card I've never seen do anything. I don't think I've ever seen anyone cast Awaken the Ages.
Oh, I've cast it.
Maybe we'll be casting it very shortly. Okay, pack 3. We have
Mana Leak.
Mana Sculpt, yeah. You mean Mana Drain? If we have Wizards.
Mana Drain, right? Not Mana Leak.
Yeah, we have 4 Wizards.
4? I think I would still take Tome Blast, but
Yeah, we could play Mana Sculpt in to activate Jadzi because it's a wizard. So we counter their 4-drop,
Oh,
make
that
5/5
is.
fractals.
I mean,
My gosh, I pointed it out. I mean, I'll do what I'll do what I must. If you want me to take it, I'll take it. I'm not a coward.
it's not
One of our
bad. It's
wizards
not
is
bad.
textbook tabulator as well, so we might cut that one. But
You might. I would take Tone Blast.
yeah, Tone Blast has got to be better. But maybe it'll wheel. You never know. Our
It could
fixing
wheel.
can maybe support a light splash right now. Here there is Deduce. There is Impersonator. I mean, there's Rapturous Moment.
I guess I would take Moment. I just don't think Deduce matters. Like it's Quick Study, like, and Quick Study is not really that good of a card.
Yeah, 2 and 2 can sometimes be better than just 3 at once.
Sure.
But yeah, Quick Study's not that good. I will agree. I haven't played this card. It seems kind of sweet.
Well, it's definitely sweet when like you've got some serious Opus triggers, and like Rapturous Moment triggers Opus for 5, and then you get the potential to do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, Sky Coach number 2. Let's go.
That's a huge pickup. Our
That's
splash is
very
looking
important.
better and better. We get 1 planes in here. We have 4 sources already.
Yeah, that's great. Plus
Yeah.
plus Hydro Channeler.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Is
Hydro
a-
Channeler is pretty cool for. I like the cards that are like Hydro Channeler, where they can help you get extra colors for converge sorceries without having to like add extra colors to your deck.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now we're probably splashing Scrollsmith and maybe a Wilt in the Heat, or maybe a Molten Note.
Yeah, we'll have to take. I don't think you're splashing those white 2-drops, but
Yeah, I don't think
the
so either.
removal definitely could.
Okay, and now there's a Prismari Charm. There is Excavator. Do we have stuff that exiles just in our colors? This exiles. We don't have a ton of stuff that exiles. 1,
Tone
2,
Blast exiles itself. Yeah, not
3.
a ton. You
This
probably
returns
just
things
take
from.
Prismari Charm.
Yeah, that seems pretty good. If you can kill 2 things, it's insane.
Sure. Yeah, it's pretty hard to do.
Yeah, it's very hard. They play a couple of landscape painters.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. You were saying it is a really good point. We didn't really have payoffs for the Lorehold deck other than just like getting good cards like that are like strong.
Yeah.
Like that was the first card we saw that cares about exiling from the graveyard.
Yeah. We would have had a good, if we had just taken Lorehold cards, we would have had a good, and maybe a better deck, but like Exhibition Tidecaller and Jadzi are pretty big reasons to be blue, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think I'm going to take the heated argument here over the tabulator and
Sure.
fractal.
Yeah, I don't think you're not playing anything here. I don't think.
We could take Mage Tower Referee, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think heated arguments may be okay sometimes because it triggers Opus stuff. Like getting another trigger with a Tidecaller is no joke. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, but you're not playing a second heated argument.
Yeah, like, but it's also best of 3. I could side it in.
That's true. I'm all best of 1 pilled. You're right.
Like Spell Pierce is a card that I could take for sideboard purposes in some matchups, but I think I'll just take Expanse, make my white splash even better. Our white splash is looking really good. This is is this what you meant when you talked about taking the lands pretty highly? Once you've kind of,
and we didn't even see like any duels or whatever. Like I would have just happily been snapping those up. Snap selects the unplayable bounce spell. What are we doing here?
You notice everything. I was like, Banishing Betrayal. Do you like the Archaic better?
No, I just take Micah. A 4-mana 4/4 ward, pay 3 life is good, and maybe you sack a Sky Coach to double something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Can we talk about this eternal whatever that this is just not a good. How is this not a good card?
I think it's a good card. It
doesn't make any sense to me.
But I think it's good.
I mean, it's pick 8. No one cares about it. The 17 lands doesn't care about it.
I try not to let 17 lands influence you too much. I mean, I think it's a pretty solid card. I mean,
it's fine.
I've had my opponent cast the best scenarios when your opponent casts unplayable 2 mana make you discard a card and you discard the student, and then all of a sudden you have 2 mana make 2 1/1 flyers at instant speed.
You go.
That was when it was best for me. I was feeling pretty good about myself.
All you need is your opponent to play a bad card.
Help you out. Do you play like Spellbook Seeker or Chase Inspiration?
I don't think we're playing either of them.
Good
So
point.
that's
Good point.
just whatever you want. Whatever you want to take is fine by me.
Rancorous Archaic.
Now you can take the hexproof trick.
Heck yeah. Our 2-drop slot is looking real light at the moment, but we have good removal early, which is kind of all you need.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Burst Lightning and Practical Joke, Outburst, Prismari Charm, Tome Blast. So like you're not affecting the board on 2, but if they do, you have answers.
Yeah, exactly. We also could play this Sky Coach Waypoint for our 1 prepare spell Jadzi.
You could
literally
do that.
one.
And you will be free to do that if you want. Try.
We have Strife Scholar too. We could just start making we could be awakening all of the ages, or spellbook seeking.
10 mana for 2/2/2s.
Huge value. Okay, so we have a bunch of cuts to make here. I think generally speaking, we can probably consider cutting Procrastinate, a Heated Argument. We have so many good early removal spells. This could get the cut. So I think we have to figure out how many cards we want to splash. I don't think we want to splash the Relic Sloth necessarily.
Yeah, I think I want to splash those 3 white cards: Wilt, Scrollsmith, and Note. I don't want to splash the Relic. I would start by the clunky cards. The 4 you've selected, I think, could go. I think unfortunately for you, we're playing Strife Scholar. I think we're playing Textbook Tabulator. Yeah, I would cut some of these 4s. Like Stadium Title Mage can go.
Yeah,
you could cut Spellbook Seeker. You could cut. I think actually I would leave Muse's Encouragement, and then I would cut those 4 cards that you dragged to the side. And
you would cut all copies of the 5 mana, the Heated Argument.
I just don't know if you need it. Like you have Impractical Joke, Burst Lightning, Vibrant Outburst, Tome Blast, Prismari Charm, Brotherhood's End, Run Behind, Molten Note, Wilt in the Heat as interaction.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you need 5 mana deal 6.
Yeah, do you think Micah is better than Stadium Title Mage? Like the Ward 3, pay 3 life is better than looting every time?
I think the potential to turn one of your Sky Coaches into like double something is better than Title Mage. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because I was thinking
now
of like
you could play Title Mage over one of your pieces of interaction, like or
that could
uses encouragement. But I think Micah's got enough.
Yeah, with 2 artifacts, he can copy a big spell, and that could be good. We have plenty of stuff to do with our mana too, and then we have to fix our mana base. How many white sources do you want to play? 2 planes or 1 planes? Do you think? Or 3 white cards?
Should be enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus Hydro Channeler. So that's 6 white sources. I think that's
for 3
plenty.
cards. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then our mana space is pretty great here. We have good mix here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then as I play the games, I can always adjust things for the specific matchup if we need like deal 6 for some reason or whatever. I'm a little bit. Our Opus cards don't go that big, but we do also have Jadzi, which can be a big Opus card. We have like Tome Blast Flashback. Like this thing's a big spell.
Oh, you're saying you spend 5 mana on spells plenty.
Yeah,
you've got
I was more so pointing that out for viewers. Like I was more so pointing it out for viewers, where like if you just look at our curve and you think about Opus stuff, you're like, oh, there's only like 3 or 4 Opus cards, but then like if you look at our actual deck, we have like 4 cards hidden in here that like also trigger our Opus.
Oh yeah.
So I just wanted to point that out. The final decision we have to make is which card to make the poster child of our deck, and I think we'll make it Brotherhood's End, because if this deck doesn't do well, our friendship is over. No.
Oh dang! Okay.
That was a joke. Because as we all know, if the deck does badly, it's my fault. So I wouldn't want to be the cause of such a breach. 2 strong wills, 1 wake of destruction. Look at that flavor text. That's what we're going to be doing to our opponents.
Come on, let's go.
Fantastic stuff. On that note, thanks so much for coming on, Ethan. Where can people find more of your stuff if they want to get more of your awesome takes?
Yeah, my awesome takes can be found every week, every Monday on YouTube and in your podcast feed at Lords of Limited. You can check out our website, lordslimited.com, links to YouTube channel, Twitch streams, podcast episode backlogs, all that stuff is there. And I'm also at twitch.tv/LordTupperware.
Fantastic. You're one of the best in the business, so it's always a pleasure having you on as a guest. Thanks for helping us draft this masterpiece, and I'll see the rest of you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who supports my channel and my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you've been enjoying my videos and you would like to support my mission to make Draft accessible to people of all skill levels while gaining access to bonus content like my card by card tier list and format thoughts document, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas is the place to go. Huge shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It makes a tremendous difference. Without further ado, let's get to the games. Okie doke. Welcome to round number 1. We will keep and play first. I'm not sure we're keeping it actually. Okay. This has 2 toughness. We have a sweeper. We're on the play. We got some really good cards. We'll keep this. Before I get too far into the games, though, I do want to give a huge shout out to Ethan for coming on as a guest. Absolutely fantastic insights as always. He's a great player, and so it's a privilege to get to talk to him about this stuff. I do really recommend checking out Lords of Limited. It's a great show. Okay. Go to our main phase. I'm going to play on full control because I think I play better like that. Do we want to play turn 1 caller? I don't think so. We want to set up for Brotherhood's End, I think. And also we can go like Tabulator and then Exhibition Tide Caller at some point later. It's probably not going to do any blocking. We don't have any spells we want to cast for a bit. Let's just try to set up this Brotherhood's End, especially if we might miss our 3rd land drop. It's not like a guarantee. But I kept partially because this card into Brotherhood's End is pretty good. Okay. So now that the Tide Caller might actually be able to do some blocking, maybe we will play it out. It can save us a point of damage now. Yeah, let's play it out now. Considering we might not hit our second red source for a while here. We'll just use it. It'll gain us like 4 life maybe. Help us buy time until we use our Brotherhood's End to deal 3 to everything. Well, that's a deal I'll take. This card is very bad. You should not be playing it. Perfect. So now we can do this. Play our Tabulator. We're just going to play out all cards that survive the Brotherhood's End. We're going to try to surveil into a red source. Don't need that, but we do want the mountain. You might be like, why didn't you want to keep 2 lands? Well, because I kind of want to find stuff to do. I'm going to play Jadzi next turn. Draw 2, discard 2. I'm going to discard my Molten Note and probably my Strife Scholar. Wow, they're just killing all my stuff here. Where are they surveilling? These are... on like Magic Online, you can check these things later. Okay, they're getting Dig Site into the graveyard, sure. So them using removal spells on like threats like that does imply to me that they don't really have... I guess I should have not played the land first. I forgot this drew 2 and discarded 2. Get rid of Molten Note. I can't even cast it. And... and Strife Scholar. But I can't end up here. Either that or the land. My deck doesn't have that many expensive things to do. I could just discard these 2. Play Mascot next turn. Play Brotherhood's End in the future. Because I'm trying to cast this at some point, but I have a bit of time. Because if they kill Jadzi, which I think they might, because they've just been playing kill spell, kill spell, kill spell, then I might need the extra action. So let's just do it like this. Okay. End the turn. Blast, right? Sure. I just want them to keep playing stuff that dies to this Brotherhood's End. Sure. That's a good draw. So for now, we're still in good shape here. Okay. So, oh, they're going to kill my Jodzi, maybe? Okay. Interesting. I didn't get max value. I could have, like, used the Jodzi at some point there, but... Like, if I'd kept the land instead of this guy, could have played land, played Jodzi. But I wanted to get this guy down first anyway. Okay. So I could play this, kill 3 of their guys. They don't get to draw a card, but I do want to get this dig site inventory out of their hand. We'll be patient. Sure. This can flashback this at some point. So I have 3 cards in hand. I can play Brotherhood's End into Hydra Channeler. I'm not going to get greedy here. Like, if they just play a 4/4 here, I'm in real big trouble. I also stop him from drawing a card from that. I'm kind of getting closer and closer to casting this. Bummer. I hope I did that right. I mean, it was tough. They have all spells in hand now. We're out of gas. Gosh darn it. Yep. I could have waited and nabbed this guy if I'd been slightly more patient, but... Wow. That's really bad. I was lucky that we drew that plains. Unfortunately, we had to do that then, or they were going to use this and 2 counters on everything they had. And now they're at 5. The problem is they have 4 lands in play and we have 8 in play. We've already lost our Jodzi. Gosh, this Brotherhood's End was like the key thing of the game. Like, how do I want to use it? That's a great draw. I'm surprised they didn't use this dig site inventory last turn. Okay, I guess they were setting up for this. Sure. I will just keep the spell. It's really close here. They have the 5 mana kill spell. If they have a kill spell, I lose. What a shame. Oh, no, it's not the one that deals 2. Perfect. Okay. I thought it was that one and I was toasted, but okay. Bang! What a close game. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. So they have Wilt in the Heat. Helping Hand. They have some good graveyard stuff. The extra damage from Harsh Annotation was a pretty big swing. Like the amount of damage I was able to do because of that. What do I want? I mean, Stadium Title Mage looked like it would have been pretty great there. As did Heated Argument. They have a lot of value though, but I need kill spells for the Hope Singer. They had a good number of kill spells too. Protecting my creature with Chase Inspiration seems pretty decent. I only have 9 creatures. That's pretty low. I think I want to add in a creature here. Huh. This is also a creature, so I have slightly more than it looks like. On the draw, I'm just going to cut an island. Going to add in a Tidal Mage, cut an island. I have so many mana sources, I should be fine. And I'll just try to save my removal spells a little bit. This card's kind of a liability in some senses against him. I'm going to mulligan this hand. It just has no action at all. Then I'll keep this one because going down to 5 is really bad. And I'll ditch the Tidecaller. And hope to draw a blue source. I have 9 of them in the deck. Sometimes you just have sketchy hands. Sniped that guy. That was good. Beautiful. Okay. This is going to go get our island. We'll definitely use Run Behind on the Strife Scholar. We lose 2 life, but we save ourselves a bunch in the long run, I think. And if we play Sky Whale, we can double trigger Opus with our Rapturous Moment at some point. So we know they have a lot of removal, especially ones that can kill the Sky Whale. We don't have a turn 5 play, so we're just going to do nothing. They have a Wilt in the Heat at the very least. So this way we'll just save ourselves a little bit of life points. So we did nothing, they did nothing, but I think that benefits us in that case. Like if they have Wilt in the Heat or 3 mana deal 4, both of those we're very happy to have waited. And if they have the 2 mana kill something, we get a 1/1, then that's okay, I guess. But yep. Okay. So we want to cast Divergent Equation for x equals 3, I think, but let's just play Rapturous Moment, because maybe we'll cast it for x equals 2. Discard land. We kind of want the land. We could just cast this for x equals 2 now. We don't want Micah, I don't think. And we can get rid of the land. I still suspect they have a kill spell. Could be our reload turn. And then next turn we play these two, because we have 6 mana. We can get Rapturous Moment again. Perfect. And Burst Lightning. That's actually really good, because then next turn we can cast Rapturous Moment, Tidal Mage, Burst Lightning. No need to chump block just yet. We can take 7. Strife Scholar doing some things. Okay, I'm actually going to play this land. I should have played this first anyway, but I want to play this and this turn. They have a kill spell for the Tidal Mage, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they do have the Mockery. Kind of doing a good job here. I could have maybe attacked with this. That was felt a tad greedy. Okay. Ditch those two. Getting rid of this guy seems greedy, but this thing's way better. No! Oh my gosh. I was going to chump block. And then I was going to flash this into eat this thing the following turn. Oh my gosh. Well, I think that was still the correct play, but that was brutal. Oh my gosh. I really want this Chase Inspiration here. They have a lot of removal, but I don't have that many creatures is the problem. Man, Brotherhood's End would have been good there. That it would have been. I'm going to bring back in this land on the play. Cut a Chase Inspiration. I'm going to cut Tidecaller. They're playing a mill deck. Gosh, that was such a close game. I'll keep this. This is a great hand. On the play especially. Man, what a crazy match that game that turned out to be. It was literally like that heated argument, extra 2 damage. It makes a big difference. Okay, they have the Interceptor. Sure. I don't have a lot of 2-drops, so not having one here is not the end of the world. Ooh, that's pretty good. I will use that. Do I use that now? I think so. Every point of damage matters. Okay. So we have all the lands we need for now. That is pretty great. We could have killed this with our Burst Lightning and they would have still had this guy. Sure. Oh, are they missing land drops? So they have all spells in hand. That's good to know. But now I can block their guy with both of my dudes. They both have 4 toughness, which is big. Wow, okay. First strike is a heck of a drug. Just gonna do this now. Send them to the Stone Age, hopefully. Because hitting them for 6 there is a big amount of damage, especially when they're struggling to hit their lands. Like, if they miss a land drop here, they might just have literally nothing to do. Okay, sure. But now we can just keep hitting them every turn. Oh, interesting. That could be really good with this guy. Let's just do that. Let's stay patient. Okay. That's a pretty big card. I'm just trying to think about how I'll use this in maximal ways. Okay, main. 3, 4, 5, 6. If I use Muse's Encouragement, I can copy it and get a couple 3/3s. This is crew 2, so I can't play this and crew it. I can play this and crew this, which is probably what I'm going to do. Because then they have to jump everything. Decline. I'll put that in the graveyard. Free value. We'll keep the Jodzi. Boom. They have to jump block with their Hope Singer at the very least. Because otherwise they take exactly 7. Bang! Got the win. Got the old W. That was a huge one. That was nice. Getting on the board early feels great. We're well on our way to making Ethan proud. You might wonder why I'm doing best of 3. Sometimes it's nice to do best of 3 because it reduces the variance of not getting to play your deck. Like, if you get unlucky for a couple games and you just go like 0-3, you don't really get to see with the deck in action, and I really want to minimize that chance when I have a guest on a lot of the time. We'll play first. We will mulligan this. We can't cast our cards. With 9 blue sources. I'm fairly likely to get there, but this is a weird hand for sure. I think I ditched Wilt in the heat. We're definitely looking for land, and then hopefully we can go get planes with the Sky Coach. Beautiful. That's just what we needed. I would have loved to keep Wilt in the heat because then exiling it with this works maybe, but this thing can discard a couple of spells for us too. Okay, it's black-green. Let's lead with the Sky Coach. If they have Last Gasp, it wouldn't kill either of these things, but We'll just go get our planes so we can like Molten Note something if we need to. Okay. Okay, what are they working with? So they didn't have a 2-drop. Or at least they maybe had a 2-drop kill spell or something. The only one that they could really have would be Last Gasp. Okay, they have this guy now. Okay, sure. Okay. I'm fine trading Jawsy for this, or just waiting till one turn and... I will keep the Sky Coach. I'm going to discard Mascot. Land? Next turn I can go Sky Coach, Molten Note this thing. This is a trade we're happy making. Oh, okay. It's pretty strong. Sure. Let's just do this now. Then we can double block their ANU. Molten Note can take care of this guy. Non-creature, non-land can get back a Sky Coach. Which is definitely worth knowing. Okay, they're holding up a single mana. Which makes me think they have Royal Treatment. That they're either digging towards or they have already. Royal Treatment is a bonus sheet card that can give their guy Hexproof to protect it. If they attack me, I might just let it happen. Because if they have Royal Treatment, I don't want them to use it on me. So I need 3 red mana or white mana. Like, why would they Stargaze for leaving a green mana up? This makes no sense. Here, I'm going to go this into this. And one great thing about Molten Note is it does untap all my creatures. So as long as I don't get it countered by something silly, then I can like and I can use that to my advantage. I have 3, 5, 7, 9 damage right now. I could even do some creative line where I go like crew, kill something, untap it so I can attack with everything, which would be 3, 6, 10, 12. When your opponent is holding up a green mana for something and you think it might be royal treatment, because there's not a green combat trick for just a single green mana. I guess there's also giant growth. That doesn't make any sense to hold up there. Okay, sure. This draining for 2 is kind of scary now. Didn't really want to draw that. So I can surveil, but that doesn't do his ton. It just would be a 1/4 that I could then use next turn. Okay, so they don't have a green thing up. I'm kind of foolish, I guess. I should have just killed this thing then. Ugh. Potential misplay, but I did think they really had it because this thing really messed with me. The Stargaze for leaving up a green. Maybe I should just never play around Royal Treatment, but especially in best of 3 when I knew they could maybe they didn't have it, but they wouldn't have tapped that way if they had it. Oh, no, they only had 1 green mana left, so maybe they had to. Blech. Okay. Okay. Main. So last turn they had 5 mana and they cast Send in the Pest using a green mana. So they Okay, so they didn't have it. Sometimes you play around stuff and they do have it. Sometimes you play around and they don't have it. The thing is, if you feel like you can win the game if they don't have it, then playing around it can save you when they do have it. If that makes sense. Okay, they didn't have a lot of removal spells. They had Efflorescence. That's a good one to know about. This card's not very good, but when people play, it's good to know. They have Glorious Decay as well. Can I bring in the Tidal Mage again? Do I want to splash Relic Sloth? I don't see any graveyard shenanigans. Heated Argument is good for answering this 6/6. Like, I'd rather have Heated Argument than Wilting the Heat, I think. Because dealing 6 is a pretty big cutoff point. Tidecaller could be good. Huh. On the draw, I'm going to go Cutting an Island again. I think that's fine with the 2 strict guy coaches. And we will cut Wilton the Heat. Okay. 4 mana, deal 5. When they have a 6 toughness creature, just adding that extra mana and make sure we can get that 6 mana, 5 mana, deal 6 is pretty important, I think. Ugh, this is a great hand. Can't cast this for a while, but that doesn't really matter. We weren't planning on doing that anyway for a while. Their deck isn't the fastest, so we have all our colors. This is good. Scroll Smith can get back like Muse's Encouragement later. Okay, now I can't kill something if they play it on turn 2. But I'm still going to use this now because playing my 3-drop versus being able to kill like a 2-drop that I don't even know exists. Yeah, they don't even have a 2-drop. Okay. Sure. So that means they probably need land. They only played 2 forests to start. This can help me find more lands. I'm going to play the mascot here. Okay, so they do need... They look like they're choked on mana. I could play Strife Scholar. It does hit harder. Yeah. If they're not doing anything, I think this will work out better. Because my follow-up turn is likely Elemental Mascot, and this way I hit them for 2 more points of damage. So now they're, instead of at 19, they're at 17, which every point of damage matters. They're just horribly mana screwed. We're going to do our best to punish them. So this exiles top. We can play the card until the end of our next turn. It also gives it +1/+0, so we want to do this. Ooh, Heated Argument, pretty solid. We don't need that, but a land would be nice to cast Awaken the Ages next turn. So even if they do play a creature, we have Heated Argument at the ready now. So they have to play like a kill spell here. And then we get to Awaken the Ages. Okay. No kill spell for this, but we can use this thing. Exile our Muses thing. Surveil 2, draw a card seems pretty decent here. Every point of damage matters. Booyah. Got the win. We're 2-0. Huge. Oh, man. Let's see if we can get that trophy. they didn't really have a very good draw there. But when you have a slow deck, being able to still punish decks that stumble like that is not always a guarantee. Like, our deck is a control deck through and through. But, like, the fact that we were still able to be like, okay, we'll play our creatures out, be able to pressure them is not always easy to do. So, good work on our deck there. Here, we're going to have to mulligan here. Unfortunate, but that's how it goes. Our opponents have had some rough draws. We have some rough draws. This is where you just keep your mental resolve. We have plenty of card advantage to help us dig out of a rough draw. And who knows, maybe our opponent will mulligan. Nope, okay. This is an easy keep. Gonna get rid of the mountain. Could have ditched the Hydro Channeler, but I think that mountain makes more sense. This thing can ramp us into these spells. This will get us our white mana. Scratch that. It'll get us our red mana. Because remember, we do have double red spells in the deck. We would love it if they used this. Because we have plenty of mana and such, but not enough to do. Sure. We'll kill that. The reason being is it's just like if they kill our guy and they have some more pressure, this thing drawing both players 3 cards could be detrimental in the future. And I don't want to spend my turn doing literal nothing. I could have held up Wilt in the Heat, but I want to hold up Muse's Encouragement and Wilt in the Heat at the same time. That's a bummer. They're just getting good value from all their cards. Interesting. So I don't want Ennis to get a counter. But I don't want them to have Kirill. And I'm going to try to ambush their guy with Muse's Encouragement. They might be not suspicious of it because I would have probably cast it last turn if I'd had it. Sure. Them casting stuff pre-combat is a little unnecessary. You might think I would block the Ennis because it's slightly bigger. Oh, those are both pretty good. But I'm going to block the Elite Interceptor. Just try to stop them from getting a card. I take 1 more point of damage, but I deny them a card down the line. And the tap, which is pretty annoying. Oh, okay. So we did still get some value there. That was good. And our 3/3 can still block both their guys. Okay. Sure, sure. Discard 2 lands. Play this. Go get another mountain. Play mountain. Play Strife Scholar. No attacks. I think I'm in a good spot here. This was a good draw. I have some good draws left in my deck, too. I'm about to play my Strife Scholar spell. Oh. 3, 6, 7. So if I draw a land, I can kill that. Oh. Well, I'm not going to gamble on finding lands. I'm just going to double block here. Yeah, I did not draw the land. Here we go. So the reason I don't attack here is because I don't want to trade 3/2 for 2/3 when my 3/3 my 3/2 can trade with their 3/3 at some point here in the future. Or I can just kill it. This actually would be a fine trade. Because then my 2/2s could attack in if this thing also died. Okay. Remember, I kind of got this things for free card-wise, so. Tome Blast, okay. Let's cast this. Oh, I like both of these. I'm going to keep the whale first. Because I can play Tome Blast and flash it back to trigger that if I need to. And then it'll be hitting them for so much damage it'll end the game in a hurry. Three, four, five, six. And if I do eventually draw a land, Molten Note is a good flashback. It's an intense game, but I really want to win, so we're focused up. We're at a good enough life total that I think we can leverage a lot of our stuff. Are they not going to play this Plains? Sure. They were going to be able to kill it no matter what. They had the 5 mana available. Okay, we can always run behind if we need to here. Sure. Double blocking here is nice. There's the +2/+2 combat trick. There's +1/+1 to both creatures, which is the Lorehold charm. There's that one. Okay. I don't really want to take 8, so let's just do this. Put it on the bottom. Okay. I'm still at 12, which is good. Great draw here. I'm gonna just attack here. I know I could do like Tome Blast to do some stuff, but I'm just gonna... And the reason I played the land is because if they do kill this thing, then I want to be 1 land away from using this. Oh, they had another Ennis. That's interesting. I'll hold this land. I do have some drawing and discarding in the deck. I am going to target their face here because I do have another removal spell already at the ready, and I want to go through my deck. That's a great draw. Would it be better as the looter guy? Probably. Probably still. That's something I have to decide over and over. They do have the Surveil land. They don't use it, though. They might be already a little newer. I don't know. They've been playing reasonably well. But, like, not surveilling for no reason is not always the best call. That could be good in the future. I could even double it with my Micah and deal 6. Yeah, they didn't surveil again. I mean, playing bulk up is also generally not a good sign because that card's not very good. Okay, we're 1 win away. They have some Ennises, some Elite Interceptors. They look like they're leaning aggro. They have Lorehold. That's good to know about. Duty Beyond Death. So, like, because they have Lorehold, my deal 5 looks a lot better than, like, having to get a deal 6 in there. They don't have a lot of big creatures either, so getting the deal 6 in there doesn't seem that necessary. In some matchups, it'd be more necessary to bring it in. I do think I want this guy because he's a big body. I'm going to cut Island for him. Just what we've been doing on the draw. Because when you have a big creature, you can just block stuff. Ugh. Okay. We can't keep this with only 1 land. Mulligan, we'll keep this though. And we will ditch. This card could be okay. Tabulator could be fine. Definitely want to keep the Tome Blast. I kind of want to try the Tide Caller. Like, how good is this really? I think Tide Caller is a resource card. Like, you need to have enough resources to use it properly. I think this is going to work out better. Go get my planes. Play Tabulator next turn. They're on mono white right now. They don't have their second color. Play the Tabulator. I'm going to ditch this thing to the grave. I don't really want to. I kind of just want to cast it. Both those are pretty good. Let's just keep both those. Would I rather have a deal 2 or a deal 3 right now? Probably a deal 3. No, I'll keep the deal 2 first. Next turn I'll go Channeler, deal 2 to something. Make this a 2/5. The frog scales out of control pretty fast, I think. Okay, they tap it. Oh, this worked out perfectly. Hydro Channeler, grow this guy. Land. Kill this guy. Attack for 2. Bang! The trophy! Let's go! Let's go. My goodness. Having Ethan on, drafting a sweet deck. Our opponents got mana screwed a couple games, but we also mulliganed a couple times, so there was some luck on both sides. Man, 3-0 always feels amazing. Thanks so much to Ethan for coming on. We definitely sideboarded in this guy a couple times, but overall, I think the deck construction was pretty awesome. The draft was interesting. We built a really sweet control deck, and the games were pretty fun. If you did make it to the end of this video, do check out Ethan's stuff. Lords of Limited on your podcast apps and on YouTube. LordTupperware on Twitch. And if you made it to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag Lord of Victory to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, because that was a pretty dominant trophy performance, and luckily we didn't have to have the 2 strong wills, 1 wake of destruction, except for our opponent. So hashtag Lord of Victory to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks again to Ethan for coming on as a guest. Thanks to all of you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.